Go ahead.
Welcome back to the lab, everyone. I'm Chris. That's Mike. Season 1, episode
7, I think.
7.
7?
7 or 8. We're getting up there. Welcome back to the studio audience. Great to see everybody back here again at the lab.
Studio audience, and just a reminder, if you want to be a guest, not a guest, if you want to be a member of the studio audience, please email us at the lab at Chris and Mike. No, that's not right. The Chris and Mike, the lab?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what.
At gmail.com?
That's what I love about this. I wanted it to be raw, and I wanted it to be truth. I wanted it to be.
There's no professional.
Yeah, listen, we're shooting from the hip here. We're having a good time.
I find it funny. It's the lab Chris Mike at gmail.com.
The lab Chris Mike at gmail.com. There it is.
And our people will be in touch.
If you want to be part of the studio audience. Glad to see everybody's back here again, no?
Yeah.
I mean, look at them all.
Thank you. I've got a full house.
Yeah.
On this Saturday night.
We got to start the giveaways soon.
We'll have to do giveaways soon.
Yeah. Autographed shirts and hats and
autographed air horns.
Yeah, air horns. Yeah.
We'll just do this real quick. Ready? One time.
Wait, 1,
2, 3.
There it is.
That's enough.
You get that. We autograph it for you guys, and we'll be giving it to you after the show.
I think it's funny that we think that people want to watch this.
Yeah, why not? I would. I listened to it back at work, and I'm like, you know what? I would definitely 100% watch this.
We know someone that does, though.
Yes.
Jeff
Z.
Jeff Z.
And we thank you very much, Jeff.
Jeff Z's on it.
Yes.
I think Jeff should be head of our fan club.
100%.
I think he should be the president of our fan club.
We got to reach out to Jeff.
So, Jeff, if you want to interview for that job, please leave a message in the comment section below.
Or email us at
the Chris Mike Lab Gmail or the Lab at Chris. If you just try different variations of the Lab Chris Mike at Gmail, or you'll eventually get it. So
you'll get there eventually. Just be patient.
Eventually. Yeah.
It's like a new baby. You just gotta relax, take your time with it.
You can't let it get diaper rash.
Right.
You want to feed it.
No chafing.
You don't want to ignore it.
Right.
Or leave it in a hot car.
Oh God. Please. No, you don't.
No, these are all good baby tips.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no hot car.
Here's a baby story for you. True story. So we being the wife and I, at I don't know where it was. We'll just say Macy's. And I don't know what that is. Splash. But anyway, we're at Macy's anyway. And this was my son was a baby. And I don't know. He was acting crazy, whatever. And so I, being the perfect husband and
of course
and father I am, I took him away and let the wife shop. And so I took him back in this back place, where like the restrooms are and stuff. We didn't go in the restrooms, but there's like a little couch. And anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I think I gave him a bottle. I don't remember, but I do remember having him here, and I was
burping. You're burping.
Give him one of those things, and this woman comes up to me and she says, "Oh no, Daddy, that's not how you do it.
Just like that.
You gotta rub. You hit too hard."
Was she Chinese?
No, it wasn't Chinese. It's racist.
Well, you sounded Chinese.
I think she was like Haitian or something.
Close enough.
Like a Haitian nanny.
All right.
But anyway, I was corrected.
And did you do it the right way?
Nah, I was just like, yeah, okay. I think I did it hard. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it your way.
Poor kid. Get the fuck away from me. So. I had to burp my kid. I'll burp you.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
Can adults be burped?
Probably. I can only say that someone like me doesn't need burping. I can pass any kind of air possible. I don't need help.
You don't need no help. No,
we don't need help at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, I consider myself a pro.
Just let it go. What happens when you can't? That's the problem. When you can't let it go on your own.
Are you talking about a belch or a fart?
Either way.
Well, the fart's obviously the harder one of the two, yeah. I think. controlling it.
I had an issue with that.
You got to try to let it out easy if you really have to, or you have to walk away and just blast away.
Is that the worst feeling in the world, though, when you have to go? You have to fart and you can't. I suffered for about 2 weeks. I was in so much pain. I tried a heating pad, Gas X. I tried everything. I was begging to be burped off, whatever you want to call it when you have gas.
Farted.
What do you do when a baby has to
fart?
You do the bicycle?
Huh?
You get the baby's legs.
Oh, that's when you're trying to get him to poop.
No, you get him to fart.
Fart?
Yeah, whatever. They're crying because they have gas.
Yeah, I don't think I did that.
They didn't do the bicycle?
I don't think so.
Oh.
So I get him to fart?
Yeah.
I think to shit, right? You have to get a little stopped up. You gotta move it. I don't know.
They get it to come out somehow.
Fucking babies.
So, totally off topic.
Babies? Yeah, we don't want to talk about babies.
No more babies. That's
boring.
I'll be on it.
Yeah, baby.
But, excuse me. Do you remember years ago in my house when I told you there's a ghost in my daughter's room?
I did. I mean, I do.
Did we set up cameras?
No.
We didn't.
No.
We did surveillance, though.
We did. We did our surveillance.
We shut the lights. So, wait, to tell the story. Every night, I think it was, my wife will vouch for this. It was about 9:30, 9:35 every night. You would hear a clank. Every night.
And this was your daughter's
my
crib or bed? What was it?
Just her room.
Wasn't there a problem with the bed? Wasn't the bed the one making the noise?
No. When I first bought the house, because I lived in Brooklyn at the time with my.
That was me.
I lived in Brooklyn at the time. I worked in Jersey, so I would sleep at the house, and you keep shutting me.
No, I'm not shutting you off. I'm just turning it down a little bit. Go ahead.
Why? Well, I can't hear myself.
Can you hear yourself now? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So I would stay at the house to do work. So I'd pick a room. Like, let me see what room I want to sleep in. For some reason, I could not sleep in my daughter's room. I don't know why.
This is before she was born?
Yeah. It was a playroom at the time for my son.
Okay.
So I chose to sleep in my son's room. So, my son's born, playroom night, the toys used to go on by themselves during the night.
Right.
It was just, I got a chill every time I walked into that fucking room. So my daughter's born, and like I said, every night about 9:30, 9:35, you hear a clank. And that's when I told you about it. And we did a little bit of surveillance, if that's what you want to call it. But after we did that surveillance, Mike,
it stopped. Well, we have that power.
Yeah.
We have that power.
It was real.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I didn't hear anything.
I remember that. You didn't.
No, neither did you. We didn't hear
that
anything.
night. No, nothing. 9:30, 9:35, nothing.
We went upstairs. Everyone was downstairs. We went upstairs in the dark, and we sat there like a couple turds.
Yep, we did.
I
think we were
waiting for something to happen.
Up the steps too, right? Weren't we like crawling?
Yeah, we were like on the steps and like laying low. We were in some sort of combat position.
Back crawling up the steps
against spirits, and nothing ever happened.
How weird was that?
But if it stopped, obviously something did happen, and then we did what we had to do.
Mike, I swear to you,
we were successful in our efforts.
Why would that just stop? I don't know. It was such a loud clank.
Because our dumbasses were surveying. That's why it stopped. It said, you know what? The jig is up. We're out.
I could tell my wife.
These two loons are watching.
Yeah. I could tell my wife, listen, you ready? Lower the TV. Here we go. So for like 2 minutes, we would just lie there. And all of us at 9:30, clank.
Did the conversation ever come up that it's possibly your daughter in the bed making the noise?
No. She was in the bed with us. We kept.
So she wasn't in the room. She wasn't in the bed.
She was an infant. When it was you keep the baby in the bed with you or whatever.
But she wasn't in there when this clankety clank was
no.
at. Could it have been a pipe? Of some
Why
sort?
would it just totally stop? No more ever again.
I don't have an answer.
Ever since that we did the surveillance. We performed an exorcism.
I think we did.
Not even knowing it, we did it.
That's the power that we have.
That's right. See,
we don't even know that we're excising spirits.
Exorcise the demons.
We've exorcised demons
without even knowing it.
Have you had personal experiences yourself? First of all, do you believe in ghosts?
100%. Because I will
Why?
tell you this.
Yeah, tell me why.
Did you say demons?
Spirits.
Spirits, yes. Because
Ghosts. Spirits.
yes.
The
When I had my first ablation, I swear to God,
you saw the light.
No, I didn't see the light. I saw my father-in-law. I remember lying on the table
In the room, or
he
what do you mean
passed away.
as a dream?
God rest his soul, Sonny. God rest your soul.
Who is this?
Sonny.
Sonny's who?
Sonny, my father-in-law.
Your wife's father.
Yes,
father.
Well, stepdad. Yes.
Father.
Great, yes, great guy. Yes. Yes. I even told my mother-in-law, and I told my wife. I was lying there on the bed, and I remember I was lying flat on the bed, and I kind of tilted my head back, and there he was, with the hat that he always had on, the way he was dressed. He took very, very. He was very prideful of the way he dressed. Like, he took pride in his appearance, so he looked really good.
Those old timers did back in the day.
Yeah. And he said to me, "Don't worry, you're gonna be okay." I swear to you, Mike, it was the craziest thing, and it's the first thing I told my wife when I got out of that room. He was leaning there with his legs crossed, his feet crossed in front of him, his arms folded. Sorry, I just dropped the cap in the flag.
I don't know what was.
His arms folded.
Yeah.
And he said, "Don't worry, you're gonna be all right." I saw him clear as day.
And he was talking to you.
Yes.
But you were out.
I was in semi. Because they keep you in that.
Do you think it was the doctor or something just talking to you, and you were just kind of like...
No, I saw Sonny.
You were goofy because of the meds? You were out in the ether?
Nope. I know what I saw.
All right.
Do you believe?
I'm not saying you didn't, because I have no idea. I don't know. I think I used to believe more than I do now. I don't really believe now.
Really?
No,
I'll never forget lying in bed with my son right after Sonny passed away. Once again, God rest his soul. My son said to me, "Who's that man up in the ceiling fan?" We have a ceiling fan over our bed, and they say kids usually see spirits, right?
I guess they're more susceptible. Yeah, I don't know.
And this was right after Sonny passed away. So I 100% believe. You don't believe in that stuff?
I think there's explanations for everything.
Really?
For the most part. As I gotten older, I get more. No, it's probably
really. It's not real. It's not
real. Although I do believe I saw a ghost. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, I believe that 100%. Where'd you see the ghost?
My brother's house.
Was it a ghost, or was it in human form? Like, did it look like a person, or was it?
Well, it wasn't like Casper.
Right.
It wasn't that kind
That's
of
what
ghost.
I mean.
So not to bore anyone with the story, but long story, trying to make it real short. My brother, my sister-in-law moved into a house. He came back from the Navy, moved into a house. This is down towards like Fort Dix, McGuire. Old farmhouse. So it was like 200-300 years old, whatever it was.
Wow.
And at the time, back then, it's one building, one dwelling, but there would be two families in it.
Okay.
They had a wall, two front doors, one building. Through time, they got rid of the walls and just made it one big house. So the point is there's a lot of history to this house, obviously. A lot of years, a lot of families.
Right.
All right, whatever. So when I went over there the first time they moved in, I remember them showing me the place, and there was areas. The one part of their living room I didn't like for whatever reason.
You felt uncomfortable?
I felt uncomfortable.
Did you feel like a chill, or did you feel?
I just said I didn't like a certain area of the room, which was a corner of their living room.
Okay.
And other things happened, I guess, to my sister-in-law, blah blah blah, throughout the year or two, whatever. Anyway, so then one night, it was, and I know what people say because they say it all the time. It was New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So me and my two buddies, were going to go to this inn. It's a bar, like a country inn type thing, which was down the road from this house where we could walk to. New Year's Eve, obviously, we're going to drink and shit. Come back, stay at my brother's house, and then we would leave the next day. Me and my other buddy had to work New Year's Day because we were, two jerk-offs. So we have to work New Year's Day.
I know that.
So we had a clock set and everything like that, and we didn't get. So we walked to the state. The point is that we didn't get hammered, and we had a few beers. That's it.
So you can't blame the alcohol.
Can't blame the alcohol.
Okay.
So we come back, and I don't even think it was that late. We didn't stay that long. We stayed for New Year's, and then by like 1:00 we were back at his house. Anyhow, so the way the room was set up is like very rectangular, and there was I slept on the floor of this room, and my buddy slept on a couch that was next to me to my left, and then behind me to my left there was a love seat where my other buddy slept. It's a little hard to kind of describe how it went down, but anyway, long story short, we had a clock set early because, like I said, me and my brother had to go to work. I woke up before the clock, and when I woke up, I looked over and I looked over.
What time was this?
Probably like 7.
Okay.
I think we wanted to be out of there by like 8:39.
So right when the sun was probably coming up.
Sun was just coming up. Yeah, it was early morning. The sun was definitely up. So I wake up and I look over to my left and I see my buddy, see what he's doing. He's still sleeping, and I look back at my other buddy, and he's still sleeping. But right behind him, so there's one buddy and then my other buddy, and I'm here on the floor. And where my other buddy's in the love seat, there's a window here in a hallway.
Right.
And I see a figure in front of a window.
They couldn't have been a shadow because the sun was up, right? It was coming up.
Oh, the sun was up, but the light was coming in from the window. So it was a sunny day, and this figure was in front of the window. I'm standing in front of the window at the head
inside or outside?
No, inside.
Okay.
And it's at the head of where my other buddy is sleeping. He's sleeping like on a love seat, so it's right here. And I see a figure, and I look back, and I put my head down. This all happened within seconds.
Of course, yeah.
I put my head back down. I'm thinking, was that my brother? Like, then I'm start thinking, like, if it's my brother, like he came down, whatever. I'm thinking, like, well, he's acting weird. Like, why would he just stand there? So I looked back again, looked over this way, looked over my left, and I kind of gave like, what are you doing? Thinking that was my brother. And as I look back at it, I see this figure standing there, and I see its head turn slowly to its right, to that corner of the room that I didn't like, that I was uncomfortable with.
Oh.
So I put my head back down again, and I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, it's definitely not my brother, because this was short. My brother's tall. I'm like, it can't be him. They have dogs, too, that they had penned up in the dining room that was kind of adjacent to where this thing was. I'm thinking, well, if he came down and the dogs saw him, the dogs would want to go outside. They'd be jumping and barking. I heard nothing out of the dogs. So I put my head down. I'm like, oh, there's no way. What am I seeing here? So I look back, and again, this is all in a matter of 2-3 seconds. I look back again the third time, and it was gone. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna say anything. And I did notice, because I went the other direction of the room around. There's a bathroom where you can see the dogs, and the dogs were awake. And
but not barking, nothing. They
were like
overreacting.
No, they were sitting there. They were up. I think there was 2 of them. They were sitting there up, and they were motionless, and they were staring in that direction where I saw.
Same direction as that.
Paid no attention to me, which I thought was odd too. Because again, if the dogs want to get fed, they want to go outside. Here I am walking right past them in this room to use the bathroom, and they're not paying a bit of attention to me. So I thought that was weird. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything because whatever. A few weeks later, I talked to my brother again. I said, anytime did you guys ever come down? And they're like, no, when we came down, you guys were gone. So then I was like, well, maybe I might have seen something. You're yawning right now.
No,
you're okay.
It's the alcohol.
I know it's
the alcohol.
I know the story's not that.
No,
right
it's good. No, I like it. I'm intrigued.
But I'm pretty sure I know what I saw. What I'd seen that morning. I can't explain it. And what I believe I had seen was, I would say it was a little boy, 10, 11, 12 years old. I got that just from the
height, right? The size.
The height and the, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you could see the shadow.
Right.
You could see the form of the body of this thing.
Right. The size of the
silhouette. That's the word I'm looking for. The silhouette. The silhouette of this thing said to me it was a boy, 10, 11, 12 years old. That's what I would have
Did you ever do like research on the house, like who lived there? And
No, I'm sure you could have, but you got to think again. This was like a 250-year-old farmhouse down in South Jersey, on in a rural area.
Right.
A house that old has to have a lot of history. And you got to think back in the day, people were had wakes in the house.
Of course, yeah. Back then, that's how they did it,
They
right?
put them right outside in the yard and whatever.
But why would they be looking in that same
It's
direction?
that same direction.
What happened in that? Because you said you were uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I think, and I might be making stories up by now, but I think my sister-in-law said that there was nights where she would be sitting in that, because that was like their family room TVs
Right.
in there and everything. There were some nights where the dogs would like jump up on the ottoman. They had like a chair and an ottoman in that corner, and would just stare at the wall.
Wow.
I think,
You got to do research.
unless
on
I'm
that
making
house.
it. I don't.
Do you know the address of that house?
Nah, they would know, but yeah.
We got to look that up.
But I think, like again, I can't
No, I know.
verify what I saw. I know what I saw. I wasn't drunk.
See, you're like me. You like this stuff. You like the ghost stuff. You like
I don't know if I believe it, but it is interesting.
But didn't you say you wanted to go on that tour of those insane asylums and stuff?
I would love.
I would
What I would
love
ultimately,
to do
what
that.
I would love to do is, I would love to spend the night in what is supposed to be or allegedly a haunted house.
I would do
And I'm
that
not
with you.
talking-
I would 100% do that with you.
Yeah, I don't know how you would do that though. Like, I'm not talking tours,
No,
like public tours. I'm just talking like a group
You
of
wanna
like 3 or 4 people with cameras, just
Yes.
spending the night alone in this and whatever.
Yeah.
I would do that in a heartbeat. See what's up.
Me too. I love this stuff.
And see what happens. Again, I don't necessarily believe in any of this
You
shit.
know
But
why?
I
I
just
believe
think,
like
I don't know.
this has to be something that exists after you go. You can't just go away.
You don't think it's just lights out?
No. No.
You don't think it is the way it was before you were born?
Oh fuck!
You know,
Wow.
lights out.
Now you put
Like
it that way.
like you're dead, and then you woke up because you were born, and then you're dead again.
No. I do believe. I do believe in spirits. You have and a soul. You have a soul, right?
I guess you do, but I don't know.
Yeah, I love this stuff. But I would 100% do what you want to do.
I would do that.
If you want.
I would do it because I just think that's.
We'll record it and we'll put it on the lab. Our experiences.
If we could get into
We
a
tried
house,
once.
if we could get into a house, but I don't know how you would even go about that. You would have to find a house and someone that would be willing to let you stay there for the night. Happens all the time because
You
they
ever
watch
see
these
the-
shows. There's
Yeah.
a ton of shows with this
And
shit on it.
guys get sick. I'm gonna throw up. I don't feel good. Is that true? Like, do you believe that happens?
No. I think part of it. This is my opinion. I think part of it is the mind playing fuck games with you. I think the mind's fucking with
Really?
you. I do. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're prone to it, your mind plays games with you. I think you're more open to it. You're more open to think things are happening, or think you saw something, or think you heard something.
There's got to be. You just said you saw.
I have no explanation, but I
Did you?
still.
All right. Let me ask you this: did you feel anything? Like, did you feel cold? Did you feel hot? Did you feel?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so. I just woke up because I had to piss. See if everyone was, up, and it wasn't. I look back then, and I see this weird fucking shadow in front of the window.
And you were calm about the whole thing.
Well, because I thought it was, because I wasn't sure what I was looking at. I thought it was my brother at first, being weird. And I'm like, why would he do that? Like, what's he doing? Just staring at a bunch of dudes sleeping in.
And that's the last time that's ever happened to you.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I've had anything. I've had some weird dreams.
Oh, me too.
I've had some big time weird dreams.
Me too. I wake up like, holy shit. I will tell you this. There was a time my daughter had to do this thing for school. I forget what the hell it was. It was receive confirmation, I believe. And they had this woman come in and talk about Jesus, this, that, and the other thing. And they were playing this music. And so we go into the church. And they made everybody, not all at once, just groups of people go up onto the altar and touch the body of, they took the body of Christ out of this thing, and you put your hand on where the body of Christ was. What is that? What is it called?
You talk about like communion, body of Christ?
Yeah, like they took
In
the
that-
body
in
of
that
Christ.
little-
They had it like
And that little shelter thingy they have.
it was
that
beautiful.
That
It was
cubby. It's
yes.
it's like a bread oven or a bread.
Yeah, and they
those
had to
old-time
unlock
bread
it like
covers.
3
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
They took it out and they put it on top of where the priest and where they would be, right? And they had everybody come up and touch the table. I don't know what it was called.
There's a name for that.
I know.
I was going to call it a sacristy, but I know that's not right. That is not right.
People were walking away crying. And me and my
Yeah.
daughter were like, really? Let me tell you something. Me and my daughter went up there. We put our hand on this
box.
on this box. Mike,
This box with no name.
it was the craziest feeling I've ever had in my whole entire life. I'm telling Mike, I went home and told my wife, I know, go ahead.
Go ahead now.
I went home and told my wife thought I was going to come home cursing. I went home and told my wife that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. It was crazy. It was insane. Me and my daughter were like, look at these morons crying. What the hell's wrong with them? We went up there like, yeah, you got to cry. We walked off the altar. Different people. Like, it was insane. Insane. I don't know if it was the music they were playing or the way she was speaking, but it was.
I don't know.
It was.
I
It
can't
was.
answer that question.
Yeah. It was.
Answer.
It was. It was. So I do believe in there is some type of afterlife.
You don't go to church now, do you? No, that's a no. That's
My
that's
wife
a no.
was going for a while.
That's a no. That's a no. That's a definite.
I
no.
do have questions.
It's
You
a
know,
heavy
like,
sigh, no.
I do have questions why certain things do happen.
What is the little bread box called?
What the hell is that called? Bread box. The box of bread. I don't know. I'll look that up.
I want to.
But yeah, we walked off that altar different people that night. Because we went up there thinking, get the hell out. These people are crying. Look at these morons. What are they, stupid? And then when we put our hand on the bread box, as you would say, I'm telling you, Mike, it was unbelievable.
Like, what's the like? What was so unbelievable about it? Though?
I can't explain it to you. I wish I can. It's like an emotion that came over you that you didn't expect. And I'm being dead ass serious with you.
I gotta be
I
honest.
like to joke around. I'm the biggest joker in the world.
I didn't expect that for you to say something. Like
Yeah,
that.
it was wild. I came home and told my wife. I said,
touching
"I'm so glad I went."
the bread box changed your life.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How did it change your life, though? For what good? What good have you done since you touched
Since
the bread
then,
box? Yes, I'd like to know.
I do have more of a belief.
What?
I have more of a belief in God.
You have more belief in God.
Yes. Ever since that day.
Because you touched the bread box.
It wasn't. It wasn't so much. It's what happened afterwards was weird.
Did you get like? Was there like soothing vibrations on your hands and
No,
things?
it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like you understood why people were so emotional. It was crazy, craziness. Like I can't. I wish I had my daughter here to explain it.
Okay. So you were affected by it.
100%, yes. Like I said, once again, they were playing like slow music and stuff like that. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but yes.
We're gonna try to find out what the name of that thing is.
AKA the bread box.
I'm calling it a bread box.
Yeah, I like it. Body of Christ was in there.
Yeah.
The way they go about taking it out.
It's called a.
Oh,
I
that's
should have known this one.
Yeah.
I feel bad now.
Why?
It's called a tabernacle.
Tabernacle. There you go.
Yeah, it's called a tabernacle.
What time is it?
It's I feel a little embarrassed by that because I should have known that.
No, why? Are you like a big time Catholic?
No.
I went to CCD and all that stuff. And
Hold on. These two knuckleheads want to come down.
Yeah, tell me to come down.
I am.
Join the lab.
I don't know what the
Tabernacle.
It's called a tabernacle.
Is that something in the city called Tabernacle Choir? For
I know there's a
holidays?
high school down where I grew up that was called Tabernacle.
Really?
I think so.
A high school?
A high school, yeah.
The Tabernacle Choir.
It was.
Here they are singing
It was
Joy to the world.
it was called something Tabernacle something or another. I don't remember, but I in high school I was failing religion,
Oh,
which is a big joke.
I got a story to tell you about that. But
which is a big joke at the house.
You failed religion.
No, I was.
You were going. Oh, you were failing.
Failing. I did not fail.
You pulled it together.
I pulled it together.
You pulled it together, and you passed. I have a horrible story. I don't even know if I should tell it. Oh God, I feel so bad.
You stole money from the.
No. Okay,
from the donation.
My wife would know this.
I have a story about that too.
We were in CCD. What does CCD stand for? Catholic.
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, we're in CCD. I hated it. It was every Wednesday after school. I freaking hated it. I couldn't stand. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Play football. The teachers at the board, but it wasn't even a board. I don't know what she had at that point. The nun. I forget her name. She turned around. She's talking. Whatever. Blah blah blah. I had a gum. She told me to take the gum out of my mouth 3 times. I felt terrible. God forgive me for this. I threw the gum. She didn't have the headgear on. You know what they wear the nuns in.
The habit.
The habit.
I think it's called a habit.
Okay, so you look at you. You're on point tonight. I threw my gum.
On the habit.
It got snow in her hair. She didn't have the habit on.
That's not cool.
No, it was. I felt so bad. It was terrible. My wife would know about it.
The thing that nuns wear on their heads, that's a habit,
it's
right?
It's called a habit?
Is that a habit? The flying nun thing?
It's called a habit?
Habit.
She didn't have it on. I forget her name.
You could
nobody liked her.
Spoken.
Nobody liked her. My wife might know her name. I don't remember her name. She was an evil
Sister
nun.
Mary Jane Rottencrotch.
I don't remember her name.
We have people in the...
Who was the CCD teacher in OLG? Do you remember? We might have been in the same class together. When I threw the gum and it got stuck in her hair, me, you, and Frank.
Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, those were the days. I feel terrible about that, but not so bad.
You guys were grade school sweethearts? What were you?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see you. That's the problem.
Why can't you see?
Because the light's here and she's standing behind the light.
Oh, move over. They're in with the audience right now.
They're in the audience.
They got balls to be in with the audience. What's the audience think? Do they like it?
No, because right now they're playing this game where we're not going to speak.
Where's the button? Oh no, that's a crow. That's a crow.
Were we invited?
What?
We were told.
No, you're in with the studio audience. Welcome. Mike, where's the studio? There it is.
Were we invited?
Yeah, sure. Just bring it over. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get the.
If you're going to get lippy, you're going to get kicked out. So watch yourself.
There you go, sir. So for those of you who want to know, our wives are in the studio audience right now.
Yeah.
They've ventured down into the lab. We're talking about like ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. So and to my wife.
Wife of Chris, do you believe in that stuff?
I could say. Can I say your name on here? Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. So Trish, she'll vouch for me. What happened when I had my first ablation? Who did I see?
My stepdad.
There you go.
Sonny.
I told you. He had. What was that hat called?
A habit.
No, I wasn't a nun. I told you he was standing there.
A derby.
A derby? No, a peak.
A peacoat.
No, it's
A sombrero.
that's a. All right, no.
Beret.
A beret.
You know, those Italian hats they used to wear.
Italian hats with like a little brim.
See?
Like those Peaky
I told you she would
Blinders
vouch for me.
things.
Hat with a
And what? And Trish, what did he say to me? Come on, you remember this? He said to me, "You're gonna be okay." See, I told you. I'll never forget that day. Because we were talking about ghosts. Mike actually came across a spirit.
Yeah, I saw somebody.
And then a time in our house,
Yeah,
in Leah's room.
yeah.
What time is that? Like 9:30, right? Like 9:30, 9:35 every night.
Yeah.
And then the Ghostbusters came one
Then
night.
we came in.
We kicked that fucker out of there.
And we told him to get out. And he got out.
We kicked that
That's
son of a bitch right on out of there.
What's that?
What are you looking for? Cheers?
Claps. Let's see you. There you go. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about ghosts and spirits and. Cheers. What? Oh. I can't with this guy.
I don't know if that was a ghost. That was a ghost.
So,
What's the matter over there? What?
No, you warned us earlier.
I did. You're in violation. Please.
So welcome to the lab.
And-
How's
but
the
please-
studio audience? Are they treating you good?
But please sit down.
Yeah, studio audience. What was that? Well, we had to find our flow. Was it our flow, Mike? What was it? Our rhythm?
No, I mean this is the reason right here. The distractions. Look
No,
at
it's
this.
good,
Look at the
though.
judginess and the.
It's a good distraction.
Did you get our daughter? Is our daughter home? Okay, thank you.
It's a good distraction. I like it.
Um,
So we're gonna be giving
giveaway.
giveaways. We're gonna sign autograph these. We're gonna give them to the studio audience.
We have a studio audience.
That's right. Jeff Z is gonna be in charge of the.
All two?
Listen,
Okay, we have more than that.
You know, we
Wait.
have more than that.
Where's-
Jeff Z's in charge of our fan club.
We're gonna see if Jeff wants to be part of the be the president of our fan club.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Z.
Jeff Z.
Sunshine.
That's
Sunshine,
right.
yeah.
And what does he call you?
Movie.
Sunshine. Moonbeam says hello.
Oh, Moonbeam.
Oh.
How cute, Jeff.
They're
You're
a
so
cute couple.
cute with your cute little names.
What?
Moonbeam.
See, that's crazy, isn't it? Right?
Jeff?
No, the stories you told me about.
You-
And you never researched the house or anything after that?
No, I'll tell you one more.
Why didn't you research the house? I would have researched the house. I would have.
It wasn't my house, and I just wanted to get the hell out of there.
After that, I don't blame you. But I would have researched it just to see what went on in that house.
I'll give you one last story.
All right, go ahead.
This is a dream story. Again, I can't explain it. All right. You're giving looks over there. Why? So, my grandmother lived with us, right? And then one day she tapped out,
Right.
right? So she taps, and
Where'd you live with your grandma? Not in this house.
no.
This is when you were a kid.
No,
Or young
I was
adult?
like 20 something. I think it was
Okay.
22 maybe. I forget. It was just me, my parents, and my grandmother. So
Okay.
she decided to tap out one Saturday night. So wake up Sunday morning, and she's she's kaput. And okay, so fine. All that happens. She's gone. So she has a bedroom in the house. It's not funny. Why are you laughing at my grandmother being dead?
Looking over there. I don't know. I'm trying to
I don't find it funny. I find it.
It don't work. I do. What the fuck?
Well, you have to press it. You're not
I
pressing it.
did. Oh.
And I don't know why you would play a crow over my dead grandmother. That seems a little wrong.
I didn't know what button it was. I can't see without my glasses. All right, it's okay.
So she tippy taps, and then so I don't know. A couple weeks, a month went by, and my parents finally decided to go into her room and clean it out. Right? Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, you're laughing at this. I don't know why you're laughing at this. This is wrong.
I can't help it.
Why is this funny
I got
to
the
you?
chuckles right now. I'm sorry. I can't wait. Oh, let me gather myself.
My grandmother taps out, and you're laughing at it.
My grandma tapped out too.
So
Go ahead.
she tippy taps.
That's what I'm laughing at.
And-
You keep saying tippy taps. I can't. Okay. All right.
So within a couple weeks after she checked out, I had started having dreams about her. Right? Oh, this is funny. This is very personal. I'm being very open and personal and sharing things that are just
Sorry.
very secretive and meaningful to me, and you're just being a
You
prick.
say tippy taps. I can't help it.
So,
Go ahead.
Whoops.
Go ahead. I'll try again. I'll do my best. Go ahead.
So I had a bunch of dreams. Anyway, with her in it, and she was dead in the dreams. Like I knew she was dead, but she was talking to me, but she was dead. You know, like I knew I knew she was dead, but she was communicating to me like being a dead person. Like, don't worry about me. I'm happy. I'm good. Don't be upset. That type of shit.
Was your grandfather still alive at this time?
Nah. He was.
He
gone.
tippy tapped.
He was long gone. Yeah. Too many heaters in his day. He had emphysema.
gotcha.
Where was I? Oh,
Grandma tippy tap.
so the one of the last dreams I had of my grandmother with her in the dream, knowing that she's dead, talking to me from beyond. Anyway, my grandma and my mom, huge fight. This is the dream.
Is this your?
This is my mother's mother.
Okay.
So they're fighting in the dream, big time fighting. Blah 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 blah. And I find out at the end of the dream. I'm just trying to tidy it up. that the fight is about a blue dress. All right, my grandmother wasn't. She didn't box. She hit the heat. So she was all upset about this blue dress, and we're like, okay, whatever. They're fighting in the stream anyway. So then, back now to reality, my parents go in there at some point, clean the room out, and they find a little piece of paper with her last wishes.
Jesus.
Not like a will, but just like, when I die, I want this,
Right.
I want that. She didn't want a funeral. She wanted to hit the heat. She didn't want to be boxed up. None of that shit. She just wanted to be done.
And done with it. Yeah, move on.
But one of the things she wanted was she wanted to be cremated
In a blue dress.
in a certain blue dress.
Did you ever find that blue dress?
So the point is that after so she was never cremated. She never hit the heat in that blue dress because we didn't know about the blue dress.
Did she hit the heat ever?
She hit the heat. She definitely hit the heat.
But not in the blue dress.
Not in the blue dress. But she hit the heat without the blue dress. And so that's done with. And a couple months later, we find out that she wanted to be cremated in this blue dress, which I had a dream of way beyond the fact. Like, how do you explain that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100.
I might not be making sense.
It makes sense to you, though, right?
I've had a shot at. Well, it doesn't make sense to me because I can't figure it out. How did that happen? How did I have that dream? And then
Wait, you had this dream before she?
No, after she died. After she already hit the heat. She was already
trying
a
to tell you
box
that
of
she wanted
dust.
to be.
Wait a minute, what? We're not taking any questions from the
she-
audience.
she
What's
wanted-
going on over there?
She's trying to tell you she wanted to be hit the heat in a blue
fuck?
dress.
She was upset because she wasn't.
Yeah.
She didn't hit the heat in the blue dress,
She was
which we
upset with
didn't know about because we found the little note after the fact.
After
so
the
how
fact.
do you explain that? We're not taking audience questions, but if you have comments, go right ahead.
That's got to tell you. I mean, there's got to be something then, right, Mike?
So that your wishes need to be
Granted.
speak about what you want prior to.
Do you hear this?
I'm not sure what she's saying. To be honest, with you.
Studio audience here. Studio audience. Where's the-
She wants a prize. That's what she wants. Yeah, that one. That's cheers.
It don't work. Oh, you gotta let go.
You have to let go of it.
You
You're
gotta
not
let go.
pressing.
I'm holding on to it. I'm holding on to it.
So that's my last little.
Oh, that's our music. See,
Yeah,
there it is.
for death.
Grandma.
That's grandma. Her poor grandma.
Just for the record, I want to hit the heat.
I'm gonna hit the heat too, and I just want to say for the record, thanks for laughing at my dead grandma.
No, I'm not laughing at you, Greg.
No, you laughed
No,
at
I'm
me.
not.
You
Of
did.
course
You
not. I
did.
would never disrespect you like that. What are you kidding me?
No, you really did.
No, I would not.
I wanna
I
hit
was
the-
laughing about what you were saying.
I want to hit the heat too. I want to hit the.
I want to hit the heat.
Again.
What time is it?
It's like 42.
Wow, we're over.
But I'm gonna hit the heat as well.
Yeah, me too. And I don't want to be in a blue dress.
Oh, you did it again. You
I'm only breaking
mocked my
balls down.
grandmother. Evelyn, poor Evelyn.
I
You're
do
making
not
fun of
want
her.
nothing sports like
Just
just
She's fucking powder now.
no
and you're
Ranger
making fun of
jersey,
her.
no Yankee jersey, none of that. Just get me in the heat. With I don't care whatever else you want to put on me. Don't put my team on there.
Where do you want to go? Do you want to stay on the mantle, or are you going to get
I want to
spread?
stay on the
or-
mantle. What about you?
There's talk over there, which I.
Do you want to be on a mantle? Or you want to be like scattered about?
Um,
A mausoleum box. I don't want to be in a fucking box.
I probably in the end.
I
would
want to be
scattered.
on a mantle above the TV or something.
I don't want to be on the mantle.
No mantle.
No.
You want to be scattered about? Like where? Where would you want to be scattered?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, see? Do not put me anywhere near the ocean.
Everyone's scatters in the
Don't
ocean.
you dare
I don't want
sprinkle me in
to,
the
I don't
ocean.
want to be wet.
No, me neither.
I don't want to be wet.
Moist.
What happens when you put ash in the ocean? It gets like muddy. I don't
Yeah,
want
muddy and...
I don't
ugh.
need that.
No.
I got enough problems in life. I don't want to
you
be
hear
all
what she just
fucked up
said?
at the effort. I don't know. She's talking too
She
much.
said fish
This is
food.
why you weren't allowed down here.
Fish food. We could be fish food.
All right, great. Fish food.
I'm banned forever.
Fish food.
We'll be fish food, that's all. Jeff Z. You hear this shit? Moonbeam? You hear what she's saying?
Jeff, how queer is that? Moonbeam. He's
Moonbeam
making
and
little nicknames.
sunshine.
Did you have a nickname over there? I'm not going to mention your name, but did you have a nickname from Jeff Z? He didn't call you Moonbeam or anything?
Kind of left out right now.
Yeah.
I didn't have a nickname.
He must have been high on fiddle faddle.
We love you, Jeff.
He must have been high on the fiddle faddle.
we gotta get people in here.
I think
I
that.
want Chris in here. We gotta get Chris in here. He'd be fun.
Oh, he would do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But the problem is though, we couldn't have because you're out of.
Don't worry about it. We'll hook it up. Don't worry.
We can't have him like in the middle here because we
Why
look
not?
like three.
He can sit on my lap.
We look like three stooges. All bunched up.
Oh, Larry and Chris.
Sitting on each other's laps and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be weird.
No, it's good stuff. All right, so listen.
Yeah, we're cranking too far here.
I'm about to piss my
I
pants.
gotta piss too. We're rambling too much now. So
No,
all
that's
right, wrap it up.
So that's on episode number 7, right? Episode 7 or 8? Mike, what is it?
7.
It's up there.
I think it's 7.
Don't forget, what is it? Chris and Mike. Chris, Mike? Chris. The fuck is it?
I don't remember.
We didn't hear nothing.
We're not.
You were invited.
The audience.
You were invited. You're down here now, right?
The Lab, Chris, Mike.
Wait, what is it?
The Lab, Chris, Mike.
No, isn't it Chris Mike the Lab?
The Lab, Chris. No, it's right there. The Lab, Chris.
Oh,
Mike.
the Lab, Chris Mike, gmail.com.
So you can email us for studio tickets.
Yes, to be in the studio audience live.
Or if you want to be a guest.
We'll sign these bottles, autograph these bottles for you, and give them out.
All right. Say goodbye.
Peace out.